To show evolutionary information among species and organisms, we need a mechanism to show their relationship. And for making relationship, because as we know that this information is a hierarchical, so the best data structure is tree data structure. So what is the tree data structure and how it is used? We will see this thing in a moment. So basically, whenever we are tree for showing evolutionary information, we say that this is a phylogenetic tree. So basically, phylogenetic tree, what does it has? It has sequences as its nodes, and then relationship between those nodes which is shown by edges, and then there are leaf nodes which are the current species. So for phylogenetic tree, there can be two sort of trees. One is rooted tree and the other one is unrooted tree. What is rooted tree? Rooted tree, basically it always starts from a root tree which is parent of all other nodes. For unrooted tree, there is no root, there is no parent. So here what I have shown is that for n sequences, we have number of 2n minus 5 2n minus 5 number of unrooted trees and 2n minus 3 factorial rooted trees. So how this number is generated, let's see in the coming slides. So here I have given an example of trees. So basically, as you can see that a rooted tree has a root node which is parent of all other roots or other nodes, and unrooted tree there is no concept of a root node or no concept of a parent. So what happens is, if we use some definitions from trees, tree data structure, and apply it to our phylogenetic trees, then we can see that as the number of n increases, we have different number of trees for n sequences for rooted and unrooted trees. Okay, let's see from some assumptions, like we have edge number which is denoted by E, then we have internal node numbers, that is I, and then we have leaf node number which is given by L. So as you know that we have E is equal to I plus L minus 1, which is basically internal node number plus leaf node number minus 1, that gives us edge number. So also we have degree of edge by 2 into I, which is 2 into internal node number. So it gives us basically I is equal to L minus 1, and finally we include that we have E is equal to 2L minus 2, which is internal node is equal to leaf minus 1, which is in the previous equation, and we have E is equal to 2L minus 2. So if I move on from this place, then what happens is, for unrooted tree, we have total degree basically, which is L plus 3 into I, which is equivalent to 2E. And if I open this equation, it gives us E is equal to 2L minus 3 after some steps which are shown in between these two equations. So from here, what we get is that we have edge number, which is basically double the number of leaf nodes minus 3. So if I use this information in remaining part, so what happens? So total number of unrooted tree. So if we have n species where n is greater than or equal to 3, because again we are working on evolutionary relationships, so and that is by multiple sequence alignment. So number should be more than 2. So that's why we have put n is greater than or equal to 3 here, and we say that there are 2i minus 5 factorial unrooted trees. So how? If we have number of leaf nodes at 3, then we have number of edges 3 and number of trees would be 1. So if I have 4, then what will happen? You can see that it would be 1 into 3. Again, if we have 5, then it would be multiplication of 1 into 3 into 5. So basically it is multiplication of previous 2 with the current 5. So if I move on with n elements or n sequences, what will happen? It would be a multiplication of all these numbers. So it would be multiplication of 1 from 2n minus 5. So we can say that the final result would be, it would be 2n minus 5 and factorial. So total number of rooted tree for a rooted tree, what will be happen? So basically total number of rooted tree, as I have already said, that it would be multiplication of 2n minus 5 factorial into 2n minus 3. So that would becomes 2n minus 3 factorial. So it's again derived from simple unrooted trees. So in the last slide, we have just shown an example of, if we have number of sequences, then how many rooted trees and how many unrooted trees can be generated from those sequences. So basically if we have 3, then we have 1 unrooted tree and 3 rooted trees. Similarly, this list goes on, and you can see when the number of sequences becomes 10, so number of unrooted trees becomes very high as compared to unrooted trees. So unrooted trees have less effect on number of sequences as compared to rooted trees.